There's a hearing tomorrow on what could be one of the biggest scandals to hit the Obama administration. Solar energy company Solyndra was praised by President Obama and fast-tracked for $500 million in stimulus money. Now the company's bankrupt, and a congressional committee wants to know what happened to all that money. Joining me now is Congressman Cliff Stearns, chairman of the House subcommittee investigating Solyndra. Thank you very much for joining us, sir. So tell us, there are a lot of questions about this loan. Number one, how did they get the loan? Number two, were there company officials visiting the White House prior to the loan? And then number three, the investment in Solyndra by one of the big bundlers of Obama. Was there a conflict of interest there? Let's start with number one. How in the world did a company like Solyndra get $535 million of our money, sir?
Well, I think the Obama administration is hell-bent on giving money to this green jobs program. The president clings to the idea that he can use taxpayer subsidies, taxpayers' guarantee, to develop solar panel industry, and actually it's not viable, the payback's not there. So in a larger sense, his whole idea has become a green jobs religion, which is really not going to work and has not worked.
All right, so let's talk about the loan itself. There are reports, and maybe you know more than we do, there are reports of some 20 visits to the White House prior to this green energy or energy department loan given to Solyndra. Do you believe that to be true?
That's our information shows that to be true. As you know, we subpoenaed all the information from the Department of Energy and Solyndra, as well as OMB, the Office of Management and Budget. And it took a subpoena to get the information. The Democrats all voted against the subpoena. Now the fact that they're in bankruptcy and there's a FBI raid, there's criminality here of waste, fraud, and inaccurate accounting. So in a larger sense, I think the president's got to realize there's something that's very serious here. This is a scandal. All right,
Congressman, there's a gentleman by the name of George Kaiser who had a foundation, a charitable foundation that used another company, Argonaut, I believe is the name of the vehicle that was used to purchase shares of Solyndra. So Argonaut is holding shares of Solyndra in the name of either Argonaut and or George Kaiser's foundation. Now, Kaiser goes to visit the White House and somehow does he arrange for the loan to Solyndra to keep them afloat to help those shares? I mean, am I making a leap? Is this a leap that you want tied up? Is this a question you're going to ask both the White House and Solyndra?
Yes, Argonaut is one of the hedge funds at the venture capital. They gave money to Solyndra to hope then make it. Unfortunately, the agreement, as it turns out, that the hedge funds get first opt of the money if they go into bankruptcy rather than taxpayers. And of course, taxpayers were the original people that provided the seed money to get it going. So we don't know if that's legal for Argonaut to get first dabs on the money after the bankruptcy instead of taxpayers. And of course, we do have records that there were a lot of visits to the White House by Solyndra, CEO and CFO. So I think we have to explore that.
Right. Just, Congressman, last thought. We only have about less than a minute or so, but I would highly recommend. I spend a lot of time on looking at deals like this on my time on Wall Street. I'll tell you that the burn rate, the capital burn rate that company burned cash through was so immense and so high that someone at the Department of Energy or whomever made the decisions on making these green loans should have seen that $500 million could be burned through in the course of a year. Maybe it wasn't quite such a smart investment after all. I would certainly point my finger, at least look into some of those files on who made that final decision on how much money and who gets that money.
In the end, somebody should be fired because of this. $500 million is an enormous amount of money. 1,100 people got laid off, and there's criminality here, and somebody has to step up and be fired.
All right, I'm going to say thank you very much to Congressman Stearns for joining us tonight. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.